Alright guys, so there is a lot going on at the moment with GBP and also the dollar in both respective economies. Let's quickly start off on an update with GBP, the pound, and obviously the UK. So late last night there was a vote in UK Parliament. So essentially Theresa May brought forth a bill. So it's a finance bill that essentially is in relation to UK taxes. So should the Britain leave the EU on a no-deal scenario, they had this bill which essentially would see taxes raise or they raise taxes if need be. Reason being is, if you think about this, if the UK leave the EU on a no-deal basis, and there's no relationship in place, bear in mind the UK will still need to do trade deals with the EU, and the EU, what they'll essentially do is they'll slap on a large tariff, if you like, or emergency tax as they call it, which would end up costing, the UK consumers, businesses, a lot of money, essentially. So this bill was essentially going to be, recouping that money potentially on the emergency tax slapped on by the EU by raising taxes. So anyway, in terms of the result of that, Theresa May actually, that bill was not pushed through. It was voted against, and even 20 of Theresa May's own party, the Tories, they rebelled against her and they did not back that bill, and they united with the opposition, the Labour Party, in seeing that rejected. So that's quite worrying. That just really demonstrates how divided the government is at the moment, and this comes heading into next week, where we have the meaningful vote on Theresa May's deal that she agreed with the EU, which, to be honest, looks really slim. That's going to pass. It's quite worrying actually. So that is why we continue to see GBP upside capped at the moment. Potentially look at opportunities of selling any rallies that we see for the pound. Now, looking across the Atlantic, over in the United States, the three-day meeting between China and also Donald Trump and these potential trade wars. So they had good talks on the trade front, and bear in mind the meetings were initially planned for 2 days. However, that got extended by an extra day, which that's encouraging, right? The fact that they want to continue the meetings is progressing well, and Donald Trump even himself tweeted on Tuesday night, and he said the talks were going very well with China. So really optimistic at the moment, the market. However, in terms of the dollar, it's still very much cautious trading for the time being, of course, because of the government shutdown. But nevertheless, a bit of positive and renewed optimism coming into the market on the back of that. So we'll see as time goes on what exactly happens, confirmed concrete on the trade talks with China. And also just to note, there's sources, government sources close to Donald Trump suggesting that he does want to announce, he wants there to be an agreement with China so that he can see a boost to stocks. Because bear in mind, this guy is very much business focused, he's stock man, so he wants to see stocks rallying. He's always, when they were rallying previously, he was also always building that up, and he likes to see the stock market rallying. So, just keep an eye on that as well. So other than that, those are the two real key themes at the moment driving or capping, if you like, GBP and the dollar, but we'll continue to see updates as and when those hit the news wires.